All right, so let's get into it, man. What we got, man? All right, had to jump on here and do this live, man. Had a nice early card, and I had to just go back and do some things, and then look back at this fight, man. Well, we did have one good fight. We did have one good fight. Oh boy, I mean, yeah, awful, 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 right? But yeah, I want to look at this bantamweight fight first, man. Lisboa and JRC. All right. And going into this one, like I was saying too, I'm a fan of Jessie. Jessie just always been a fan of her as a fighter. But I went back and looked at some of Lisboa's performances. And I kind of based my pick off of momentum. I said, you know what? Experience might come into play here. You know, JRC might have a chance with her hands, her wrestling. But then I thought about it and I was just looked at a couple of Lisboa. What's her name? Tenaria Lisboa. I watched like a couple of her fights and seen how she was getting these finishes. And I said, I know this ain't the UFC, but I'm going to lean towards Lisboa in this fight. Nothing against Jessica Rose Clark, just off of momentum, man. Jessica Rose Clark has some injuries, and someone's just telling me that she might be kind of not with it in this fight. I mean, she tried. She definitely gave a competitive fight to a newcomer. But, when it came down to it, I said Lisboa, she's got some power in her hands. And you might see her getting some respect out of Jessie Jess. And she did, man. Like, I never seen Jessica Rose Clark hurt before. Like, really, I haven't seen her hurt before. Like, for the longest time, she had went without getting submitted or finished or rocked in any of her fights. She was always that fighter, come up short, but she was durable to me. She was always like durable, had a good chin, and take down defense and submission defense. But as of lately, I don't know if it's because she's more willing to grapple and put herself out there more, not just stand. It kind of leaves her open to these submissions. So in this fight, I thought Lisboa was probably going to win by stoppage. I thought she was going to either win by stoppage or decision. I didn't see the submission coming in this fight, but that was good on Lisboa. I mean, she never stopped trying because Jessica Rose Clark came on strong in that last round and was going to look to control her or just, try to ride it out and see what she could do as far as like maybe find the stoppage opportunity. But it was a good transition by Lisboa to get the back and just lock that forearm under, man. Yeah, the first round, though, I think it was competitive on the feet. I think, they were both landing some pretty good combinations every time every time one of them would step in, they would throw combinations and they would land something. But it was Lisboa who had the power. Whenever she stepped in behind the right hand a couple times and hurt Clark, first time, like I said, seeing her wobble, she had to go into wrestling mode. And that's when I said, oh, wow, okay. I thought Clark, she was much better with her hands. Like I thought she'd be the slicker boxer here, but she actually went into wrestle mode here. And I think Lisboa knew that was how she was trying to avoid her power. And she knew she was getting her respect there. Same in the second round. Every time Lisboa would come on strong with those combinations, it would force Clark to go into this wrestle mode and just try to clinch and fight against the cage. And that's not really like her style, like throughout her career. It's been something she's been building on. So she hasn't really found a way like to get wins off of it or like keep fighters in complete control. Like, Rocky Pennington, she does it a lot, but she can win with it. She knows how to win She knows how to land on the inside with it and neutralize opponents, you know? So I think Jessica Rose Clark may have just had a bad night. I mean, it ain't looking good right now because she's 0-3 in her last 3 fights. Hasn't had a win since Jocelyn Edwards. And, she's losing against the lower level fighters too, man, like Edgar, the unranked fighters, Stoyarenko. She lost against Stoyarenko. Like, what's Stoyarenko's record in the UFC? Ain't Jessica Rose Clark Stoyarenko's first and only win in the UFC? So you got to look at that. Like, Stoyarenko's 1-4 in the UFC, and that one win is against Jessica Rose Clark. I didn't even know that was going to happen. So, I was, really kind of stunned with her approach even on the feet in this one. Like, she would let hands go, but she just wasn't slick enough in there. And she didn't know how to take away Lisboa's right hand in this fight. And even like Lisboa was on her back a couple of times, Clark did open up a cut. And Lisboa, knew she was cut, but she was still trying to stay busy, trying to look for an armbar. So not just a Muay Thai champion, she has some jiu-jitsu skills as well. So we'll see what's next for Lisboa. I mean, she looks to be a fighter that so far, definitely has power, has somewhat of a ground game, but we just need to see her really tested against somebody physical and just improve her fight game off the cage, off her back. I think she did defend some takedowns pretty well, though. I don't think she did like bad, not at all for a first fight. I think she did really well, especially the way she was able to reverse that position in the third round and come back. Because I gave Lisboa the first 2 rounds, but that third round, that was where Jesse just was trying to come back and take control. But then, boom, Lisboa comes out of nowhere, secures that rear naked choke. So to me, I think that off of this win, she definitely showed me a little bit more than I expected because like I said, I had to go back and do research. I watched a couple of her fights. I said, okay, we'll see. She has a good chance. I said, I think I'm gonna pick her in this fight. So yeah. Ready for the top 15? Not yet. Nah. She just got here. So I think maybe a couple of unranked fighters. What's her name? Haley Cohen, Eileen Perez. There's names like those girls. I think that would be good names for her to build off of. Somebody like Haley Cohen, has that strength, but I think that Lisboa has that striking, and the jiu-jitsu as well that could give Haley Cohen some issues, So that's a fight I like to see. That and I don't know if Josiane Nunes wants to stay at 135. Why not? There's really not much to pick with, man. Like, there's not really much to pick, like, as far as 135 girls, The boss said Lisboa looks promising. I thought JRC would take her down with ease. Yeah, I thought she was going to win on if anything for JRC, I thought she might win on the feet. But yeah, I know what you mean. Maybe she was going to like take her down. She did Jocelyn Edwards, but no, like she never even like came close to taking her down. Like Lisboa's takedown defense was on point. Like I like that one point when Jesse just shot in for a takedown and Lisboa like curved to the cage. Like she did this curve to get her back to the cage. And it was like, boom, nope, you ain't taking me down. Like she really struggled with these takedowns, So yeah, I think whenever she couldn't secure those, that's where we're like, oh, she's in trouble. Because now she's respecting Lisboa's power. She don't want to strike with her. She can't get her down. What is she going to do? She did get that last takedown, though, in the final round. I said, okay, she's about to get around, but I don't know if she's going to get a finish, Yeah. Yeah, definitely a good start for Lisboa. I mean, on this level, you beat a an experienced fighter, but there's always room for improvement. I mean, for a first fight, this was better than some of the fighters that just choke. Right? Lisboa didn't come in here choking. She didn't come in here trying to show respect to a UFC veteran. She came in with a game plan. Um, like I said, when her striking wasn't working, when she got taken down, she was able to get the submission win. So for a Muay Thai fighter to come in and get the submission in this fashion, I gotta give her props. But we'll see what's next for her though. I mean, like I said, Eileen Perez, Haley Cohen, those are the only girls I can really think of. Because like Chelsea Chandler, I think she'd be better at like 145. Some of these other girls, Eileen Perez, they can bake the weight. Jocelyn Edwards. So we'll see. Robot Chicken, what's up? He said JRC got the look to be a movie. She should go that route. Yeah. Yeah, there's always another route for her, right? If fighting doesn't turn out the way it can for her at this point. I mean, she's already 35, right? Like a martial arts movie or something. Yeah. Lolita said of all the fighters they have to choose from, those matchmakers made some sorry matchups. Hmm. There's not really that many to choose from on the low level though. Like there really isn't. There's not that many. Zama said Lisboa, good hands. Yeah. Some BJJ. Yeah. I believe what they say, she's a purple belt. And it was a slick move, lax defense. Yeah, her head movement, she was still eating punches. Yeah, I can't take away from JRC. She landed some good right hands as well. And when she let it go, it flowed. You know what I mean? Like she cracked Lisboa with several good right hands in this fight. I mean, she just didn't hurt her. Difference is Lisboa, she was landing square on the chin. Square on the chin. So yeah, I think yeah, Jessie just still has her hands. I think it was just maybe like that level of clinch fighting on the cage still needs improvement. And even her takedowns, that's something that she needs to work on. What's her name? Jamie Lynn Horth, that's her name. Unranked fighter just came in. She's undefeated. She's got hands. I think she has some pretty good body kicks in her fight against Haley Cohen. Um, so we'll see. Just nobody that really stands out yet. Some of these fighters just got to grow. They just have to grow. Natalia Silva versus Lisboa. No, I don't see that. Natalia Silva too small. Natalia Silva's a flyweight, and I believe she could go down to strawweight before she go up to 135. I think if Natalia Silva went up to 135, she'd be too thick, too slow. you know, very very different weight classes now. Like Natalia Silva, not Korean Silva is a bigger flyweight than Natalia Silva. So yeah, Natalia Silva not at all. Like she's too small. Yeah, if you say 115, yeah, all day. But Lisboa, Jamie Lynn Horth, Jocelyn Edwards, Jocelyn Edwards, Josiane Nunes, them names or something like that. Hang on one second. Let me plug this in. Hold on. All right, there we go. Yeah, yeah. Move Priscilla Cachoeira back up. Let Lisboa knock her out. let Lisboa knock out Priscilla Cachoeira. She can catch. And I'm only saying that because she be missing weight and she be disappointing us, right? All right. But yeah, I don't know. On a 3-fight losing streak, 3 unranked fighters in a row for Clark. I would give her one more chance. I'd still give her one more chance. That's me being a longtime fan of Jessica Rose Clark. I'm gonna be nice. Maybe one more chance. Some people go 5 in a row. So not trying to say I want to see her get hurt, anything like that. Ernest. Oh yeah, Ernest. I should have went. I didn't have time today though, man. By the time I realized what time it was, I was like, it's a 3-hour drive. By the time I get there, car will already be started. and which means I'll miss the first two fights, the WMMA fights that we're trying to see. And I missed that battle fight too. So I said, I'm gonna watch it from home. Nah, that's all right. I watch it from home. Lisboa versus Ronda, Russian Ronda. Yeah, that's not a bad one. Russian Ronda gonna be swinging wild, and she might get knocked out. Russian Ronda better make weight first, right? Yeah, that's not a bad one though. Russian Ronda versus Lisboa. Yeah, Priscilla. Yeah, Lisboa. Yeah, yeah. I didn't feel like driving out there. Got off work late too. Well, for me, night shift, late in the morning. So I get off, sleep like an hour, get in the car, drive. So 3 hour drive. Then after that, get settled in there. Car started at 12. Yeah. Be out there till almost now. Getting home by now. I'll be like, nah, I'll pass on that. That would have me up over 24 hours. Which I've been there before, but nah, I would have been up like over 24 hours. And it's not even like this was like a card slam jam packed with, fights I really wanted to see. It would have to have like some Andrade, Whaley, or Marina, Tyler Santos fights like that down in Charlotte to really get me up. I'm just saying. You would have had to have at least four fights in between flyweight and strawweight on this card to get me out there. And they took the Dern Hill fight off. It's a main event next week. So yeah. Sage, what's going on? Lily to say, yeah, no way a long drive after a night shift. Yeah, for that fight card too. Nah, yeah, it's not worth it. It wasn't worth it. I was like thinking about it, and I said, hold up, I still got to drive there, right? Then I was like, by the time I get there in 3 hours, it'd be like 11:30. When I get in the door, I'm gonna probably be about to fall out. And I'm gonna be sitting there trying to stay awake. It's like, nah, I'll pass. Now, like I said, I'll do a 24-hour day if y'all give me some good flyweight fights. Bring out some Aaron Blanchfield out here. Hey, I'm coming. Bring out the top 5 in the flyweight, top five in the strawweight. Yeah, I'm coming out there. Or Natalia Silva. Shoot, you know what I mean? Somebody that's bringing some action. Yeah. Lolita said, who you got, Dern or Hill? I still think Hill will win. Hill's got to have the gas tank to pull it off for 5 rounds. That's what I'm worried about. I think 5 rounds favors both of them. I think Dern will never stop trying. That's the thing about Dern that makes her dangerous. Like, she can't get you down. She swing wild with her eyes closed, but she'll keep coming. Hill's got to have a gas tank. Hill's got to have the gas tank to go 5 rounds. She's got to move. Because she kind of faded in the Michelle Waterson fight, but that was a 5-round fight. I think she won against Michelle Waterson, but I can see where Michelle Waterson pulled it off too because she faded. I think Hill can. I'm leaning towards Hill though. I'm leaning towards Hill. I think she's improved in the right parts of her career where she's kind of subtly catching up with Mackenzie Dern. Okay. Sage said Mackenzie Dern was the only fight I was looking for. Don't mind the main event next week. Okay. Louise, are you rooting for Dern for her looks or for her skill? If that's for Sage, I mean, you can answer that, Sage. I mean, if I was to root for her, it would be for her skills all day. But I'm gonna be truthful and say her skills need a lot of work. Like, skills, she ain't nowhere near a title shot, if you ask me. I see Rose beating her. At this point in her career, she might be able to beat Andrade. I don't know. She might have a chance to beat Andrade. but I don't see her beating any like top 5 fighters. I really don't. Yeah, that was for you, Sage. That question right there from Lolita. George, what's up? He says Sarah Alpar told me Jessie Jess is a complete a-hole. What? Is she? I had talked to her before. She didn't seem like it at all to me. No, not at all. I mean, maybe it depends on like situations and interactions. Sarah Alpar said, with Sarah Alpar, I mean, she would know though. I mean, from her experience. So everybody has different experiences with people. Robot Chicken said, when's everyone getting the Breaker Gang 99 tattoos? Don't do that, man. I wouldn't even get one. Don't do that, man. I'll send you like the water tattoos, where you just the peel them on, the peel tattoos where you just paste them on and peel them off. Basically the fake ones, right? George said, "Hey, I saw your comment in the chat. I wish I had a chance to shout you out. Just so many people in the chat. Oh yeah, man, that's cool. I stopped through because Hannah Hussein. I've been following her for a minute. George. And I think she's a solid. Um, I think she's a solid bodybuilder too. Not really like overly muscular. You know, still has the features like she was talking about. The feminine features and everything. Yeah. Yeah, Hannah Hussein. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, Georgia pulled her out up here. I was like, yeah, she's been following for maybe like a year or two. I've seen her for around for like a year or two. Are you asking who I got? I got healed by decision, but Dern 100% can pull off a submission if the opportunity presents itself. Mind you, this is UFC's idea of a tune-up fight for Dern, right? Yeah, she's a purity too. Yeah, no injections, no needles, no none of that, right? That's good. A tune-up, but Dern needs a lot of work. Yeah. Angela Hill is not really a tune-up for Dern to me, just because of how far along Hill's improved. You know what I mean? Like Dern really, to me, got in at the right time in the division to move up the ladder. That's why she's where she is right now. Because you see, she lost to Rodriguez, Yan Xiaonan, Ebas. To me, she lost to Tisha Torres. All right, that's 4 fighters right there. So she hasn't been able to break through for good reason to fight girls like Rose, Whaley, Andrade, or any of them, right? Because those girls held her back. Yan Xiaonan, Marina, and so on, right? Do I think they cut Kim? Yeah, let's talk about that fight now. Let's talk about, oh boy, Jin Kim and Mandy Bohm. After all of that energy, Runner Rennie George said, I hope you interview Dana Lynn Bailey. Man, Mandy Bohm and Jin Kim, after all of that energy, I was expecting like a fight where they really would just go at it. Not even technique. Oh, she's not, George. Oh, she's not a natty. Okay, you said purity. I was saying pretty. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, that too, man. I was like, she has like good proportion with physique. Yeah. Yeah, George. Yeah, so this fight, I was expecting them to do some damage. Like, even if they ain't gonna show technique or like next level skills, the UFC level skills, I said, okay, Jin Kim's gonna come out here and knock this girl out for talking trash. Or Mandy Bohm knows she's about to get cut, so she's gonna go here and knock Jin Kim out. Right? I thought somebody was gonna drop, maybe not even drop, because neither one of them got like a lot of knockouts. So I'm thinking that maybe they're gonna go in there and just piece each other up, put on that type of fight. But really, it was a disappointment. It was. I mean, maybe like Mandy Bohm said in her post fight, there was some personal. It came from somewhere personal when she landed them low blows and the illegal blows on her, which they probably did. But in my opinion, I thought Mandy could have continued. She said a knee to the eye had her eyes swimming. Her vision was gone. I don't know, but I think both fighters. Well, yeah, robot. I think both fighters were emotional. When we get to that, yeah, I think both fighters were emotional. Kim was kind of mad at she said leading up to the fight, Mandy trying to return that energy. And I think she was emotional as far as choosing to quit and not continue to kind of get her back and hopefully thinking she would get the win. Now, in my opinion, I thought Kim did enough to win the fight. I thought she won round 1 and 2. But yeah, DC, I pretty much agree with DC on the second round. I thought she secured it, but I thought Kim won the first round too. Like when you look at the first round, Jin Kim blasted out, wobbled Mandy right away with the right hand. And there was a couple of exchanges. Mandy gets the fight to the ground, gets a little control time, maybe like less than a minute. But then Kim reverses the position, almost gets the rear naked choke, right? Was it in that round or second round? Either way, she got top position and she controlled the first round for like over 2 minutes. So Kim ended up on top in the more dominant position, I thought. Ground control time. Plus, she wobbled Mandy. So I gave her the first round. Second round, I think was clearly Kim's. Mandy's one initiating these takedowns, but she's not really having success. And Kim, she's accepting these takedowns. Like she's not utilizing her strength, her striking. Like she's hurting Mandy on the feet and she's landing on the feet. And she's not using this. Like Lipsky was using her hands when she could crack Mandy Bohm, she was landing. Corner was yelling at her, you need to be using this. It's like, you need to separate. But anyways, whenever the fight got back to the ground in the second, I just looked down and then looked back up and I see Mandy Bohm go flying. And I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? I was like, didn't the bell just ring? So I thought like Mandy was overplaying it, or, exaggerating. But then when they come back to the clip, I see Jin Kim like kick Mandy across the octagon almost, man. And I'm like, what's she doing, man? Then the ref takes a point. I'm like, oh man, like I don't know if he should have taken a point right away. I think he should have gave her a little bit of a break because they were so emotional. You know how some women get, I'm just being honest, right? You know how women get in there, right? So I would have kind of let that slide and gave her a hard warning. Anything after, I would have taken a point. Third round, man, I think was going in favor of Mandy. I think Mandy, her striking wasn't really her strong point in this fight. She was landing, but she knew that Jin Kim was slow, so she just continued for these takedowns. And they got into this clinch on the cage, right? Started turning to Kim's favor. Turned into Kim's favor. I'm like, okay, Kim, you got her against the cage. Take a step back. And then as soon as I'm saying that to myself while I'm watching the fight, you hear her corner saying that. They're like, Kim, step back, use what you know, use your strength. And that's what I'm saying. When I watch these fights, I'm not out here bashing fighters or criticizing and say, oh, you should do this. I'm saying the same thing these corners are saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying the same thing these doggone corners are saying. So even before like I heard the corner saying it, I was already like, okay, Kim, you got Mandy Bohm to the cage. Break. Hit her with the elbow and break. Go back to the center, start striking. Corner saying the same thing. They're like, use your strengths. Use your strength. Start striking with her. That's where you win it. You know what I mean? I'm saying the same thing. What does she do? As Mandy's touching the canvas, her hands on the canvas, she knees it to the head. And I part of me don't think it was like intentional. I think she was just so caught up trying to make sure she could catch up and win the fight that she caught her there. Like sometimes you forget about the hands touching. Like the knees are different. Like when the knees are touching and you knees are on the canvas, need somebody, it's illegal. Your hands are touching, it's illegal too, right? So she gets caught. They pause it. I'm like, uh-oh. I see a little extra up in there. I was like, I see a little bit of extra up in there, man. Because she just sat down and I was like, oh, she's about to start balling here. I was like, this fight's about over. This fight's about over. And maybe she thinks she's ahead. So she was like, maybe I ain't got enough to continue. I think the referee said they were like a minute 15 in, right? 3:45 left on the clock, minute 15 in. Yeah, that's 5 minutes. So he was like, you got 3:45, minute 15 in. And then she was like, just sitting there, man. And I'm not making fun. I'm just saying, like, she was just sitting there and thinking about it. She was probably like, maybe I secured these rounds, so I ain't got to go on. I don't want to give her the satisfaction to hurt me knock me out while I am quote unquote hurt, you know? And there came a point when they were just taking forever. I was like, they're going to call this off. I was like, Mandy Bohm is not stewing. She's not pacing the cage. Like she's just trying to recover. She just kind of taking a seat. She's blinking. She's wincing. So at that point, I'm like, they're about to stop this thing. It's either going to be a draw or they're going to DQ your girl Kim. But y'all know the outcome. Y'all see how it turned out. What did y'all think? I mean, let me look at these comments. What's going on, Marcus? George said it was more like a knee to the head, and Andy was against the cage. Yeah, it was a knee to the head, right to the eye, up by the temple. Acting wasn't that impressed. He said Pinheiros was better. They both were bad. They both had me like y'all could go on. Robot Jacob said Bones needs work and Kim needs anger management. I never seen Jin and Kim get that mad before, man. Like she was really emotional in this one. And like I said, they were emotional because they knew this was the last boat. This was that last boat. This is that last boat to get off that island, that Choppin Block Island. That's what it was. They both on Choppin Block Island right now. And this is the last lifeboat off. There's only one space left. And they was emotional about it. Even at the stare down, there was like Mandy Bohm all up in her face. I'm like, are you mad? Only one person to be mad at is you. You 0-2. Same thing with Kim. Don't get emotional towards Mandy. I'm like, you 0-4. You want a 4-fight losing streak. You want a 2-fight losing streak. Ain't nobody to be mad at except y'all, each other, yourselves. So y'all put yourself on this island. You know what I mean? So the best thing y'all can do is just show up and show out, but not in this fashion. Show up and show out the fight, but not come in there and try to, knee somebody in the ovaries or kick them in the head while they down or push them across the octagon after the bell. Don't be doing that, because even now, like with this type of win, still doesn't prove anything. It's kind of like, man, they got on the boat by default. She saved her career by one fight, maybe. Really? Do you think so? Because when it come down to it, the performance wasn't that entertaining. Again, it wasn't her fault. She got hit illegally twice, but it's just like this outcome doesn't really say, oh, they saved their career for another day with a real legit win. Like when Andrea Lee, I'm gonna give you an example. When Andrea Lee was on a 3-fight win streak and she came in and whooped up on Antonina, that was a fighter that wanted to kill her win streak for real. Like I ain't the biggest Andrea Lee fan, but I'm just saying, like Andrea Lee, she came in and killed her 3-fight win streak. She came in there with the game plan and everything. I mean, she beat Antonina up on the feet. She submitted her. She got her out of there. Then she stopped Cynthia Calvillo, Same thing with Tisha. Tisha came back dangerous when she was on her win streak. I thought Jin Kim would have done the same thing. Come back a little bit stronger, a little bit wiser, ready to go. But she came in off emotion, man. too much emotion. As I said, Bohm did everything right. 10,000 plus and one more fight, probably. But yeah, when it came down to it, I had picked Bohm, but on paper, yeah, I got that pick, but I thought Kim did enough to win. You know, yeah. Yeah, George said I'm no fan. Yeah, I'm not really like a big fan. Yeah, I'm not a fan like that. I mean, she got skills. I get in some areas, but yeah, I'm not a fan like that. Or her boyfriend. The boss said there was no real winner in this fight. Not at all, man. No winner at all. It would have surprised me if they would get. Yeah, they both might get cut. I remember they cut. What was her name? Vanessa Mello and Sarah Morris. They cut Cheesecake Morris and Vanessa Mello in that fight. Vanessa Mello, I believe, won, but they said we cutting you too. We don't care. Gary Baldwin said the next fight should be a bit better for WMMA. I hope so. The next card. Oh yeah. I'm gonna pull that up. We'll talk about that too. Hang on one second. Just look at some comments. Robot Chick said, "Low leader, the fight made sense considering Bohm and Kim are at crossroads in their career right now." Yeah, the fight made perfect sense. Like the fight made a lot of sense. That's why I was tuning into it because I'm like, they're both on the chopping block. You know, they're both in the same situation. Has anyone heard from Cheesecake? Nah. I haven't heard. I haven't heard like if she's continued her career anywhere else. Actually, like PFL or something. Yeah, but like Gary said, next week should be a good week for WMMA because we got a lot of strawweight fights, flyweight fights. Next weekend we got Natalia Silva, Victoria Leonardo, Carolina Kobakevich versus Vanessa Demopoulos. That's going to be a good fight, I think. We got Emily Ducote versus Loopy. That's going to be a good fight. I see blood in that fight. Emily Ducote and Loopy's going to be a good fight. My fan pick and my analyst pick are going to collide on that one because I'm going to be going for Emily, but I think Loopy might be able to pull it off. Oh man, that's going to be that's going to be a hard one to pick. I mean, I know what Emily Ducote can do. I like her. I hope she can do something different. But yeah, Loopy moves around a lot and she wrestles. But Emily Ducote's going to draw blood on her. I know there's going to be blood in that fight. And then you got the main event, Dern and Hill. So yeah, you got some good fights. You got 1, 2, 3. Because you know, Carolina and Demopoulos, those girls, they fight. They'll fight. Ain't gonna be no drama. They'll fight. Oh, Natalia Silva, she about to paint a picture in the Victoria Leonardo fight. As obviously he got Ducote. Man, I'm really going for Ducote, man. What do you think Ducote's going to do to win the fight, Zaman? I mean, do you think she has enough power to keep Loopy off? Like, Ducote don't move enough, though. Ducote, you say, yeah, she can wrestle. But as of lately, Loopy doesn't wrestle, so that might be a good thing. I know how Ducote can win the fight is by targeting that nose, because when you start targeting Loopy's nose, it starts to bleed. You know, she starts having breathing. I noticed that about her. Like, and you know, that's just with the territory. You know, when you get hitting that nose, sometimes different fighters start to breathe heavy. So that might be an opportunity there with accurate puncher like Ducote. Loopy on short notice again too, yeah, because this was supposed to be Poliana Viana's fight. This is Poliana Viana's fight, but Loopy stepping in on short notice again. And her trainers, they went on record to say it too, right? They said that, oh, she's undefeated in full training camps. But when it comes down to short notice, I don't think she's doing so well. So, yeah, I might have to go with Ducote as a fan pick. And we'll see if I change as far as analyst pick too. Yeah, she'll be relentless, but let's see what that gas tank look like. George said, do you think they'll recruit Olga Rubin for the UFC if she beats Toledo? Oh yeah, I think so. I think so. Because that'll be Toledo, Serena De Jesus. She gave Tanisha Tennant a close competitive fight. She lost. Who else did she beat? Claire Guthrie. That's 3 wins in a row. Olga might get it. Olga might get a shot. And when Olga slide over, she might be trying to slide in at 145 over here too, because Olga's a big bantamweight. She got some muscle to her. I don't know. Olga might need to be one of the female bodybuilders, George, because Olga's like ripped. Well, muscular. So Bohm can get better. She's willing to train with more decent fighters. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like she needs fighters with, higher level of striking and different levels of timing. Somebody that can really, you know, wake her up. Really, really, get her on her confidence, man. That's the thing. Um, GAP, what's up? He said I'm going with Carolina as a fan pick. Okay. Demopolis, she's a fun fighter. She's a fun fighter. I don't know if she ever get the top 10. She was a champion in LFA, but she lost the belt to Loopy. But I think she's a fun fighter, and Carolina's a fun fighter. Yeah, Dakota's quite good in pure boxing. In my opinion, is quite one dimensional as a striker, pretty simplistic, and Dakota will counter her blitzes. I hope so. Yeah, Dakota, her timing is better than Loopy. I give her that. I just think sometimes she can be stationary, and that can be a problem when it comes down to a wrestler. You know what I mean? Like, if Loopy chooses to wrestle in this fight and push, yeah. But if Emily Dakota figures out those combinations, yeah, she can land straight punches all day. I think Emily Dakota, hands down, got the better straight strikes. She's a better straight puncher. Better straight puncher. Yeah, Angela Hill, she figured it out. Angela Hill figured it out. These are Angela Hill's kids, actually, right? Angela Hill schooled both of them. So hopefully it's gonna come down to whoever learned the most out of that Angela Hill fight. I'm just, you know what I mean? Robot Chicken said, which division is Olga fighting? Bantamweight. She used to be featherweight at Bellator, but for Invicta, she's a bantamweight now. Olga Rubin. I would definitely pick Lupi on a full camp, but she always loses when she takes those last minute fights. Yeah, her team admitted that too. Natalia will finish Victoria Leonardo 100%. Okay. Lolita said Godinez will be ruthless. And that might be her downfall in that fight because Emily is a pretty good counterpuncher too. I'll give her that. Emily Dakota is a good counterpuncher. I say she just needs to move her head a little bit more off the line, but yeah, she's a pretty good counterpuncher. GAP said hopefully KK and Vanessa just stand and bang. Yeah, Vanessa likes to bang. That's the thing, man. Like Vanessa Demopoulos, she got heart. Like technically not the best striker, but she'll throw. She'll throw with you. She drew Loopy into a firefight when they fought. Yeah, let's go back to the UFC level talk here with Manny Bohm. Like Gary said here, Bohm is too slow for a flyweight striker. She is. Like, she's really gonna have to work on like timing and speed, different, just see what works for her body, like I don't know, like something about the way she's throwing her shots right now. They're just too open. You see them coming too wide, you know. It's just for flyweight, she's gonna be too slow, even if she was to get up to 15 somehow. There's just a lot of work that needs to be done with her. Like when I saw her in Bellator, I guess against that level, yeah, it just kind of convinced me, okay, she's working, she's good on that level. But when I saw the difference in speed and adjustments she couldn't make to Ariane Lipsky, I said, oh man, there's gonna be problems. And then Victoria Leonardo like bum rushed her. I was like, oh yeah, this is a big problem now. You know, you're lucky it wasn't Tyler Santos because Tyler Santos was her first official UFC debut, but Tyler had to pull out. Tyler Santos would have finished Mandy Bohm. Right or am I wrong? Y'all know that's true. Tyler Santos would have finished Mandy Bohm probably. I was lucky that she was lucky that fight didn't happen. Hill's an advanced striker, feints, tricky timing, clinch striking. Lupi has none of that. Robot Chicken said Bohm needs to work on head movement. She looked a little better in her previous fights, to be honest. Yeah, sadly though, she can't get a win though, man. Yellow Leader said definite first round. Yeah, I think Tyler would have finished her in that fight big time, man. Gary said I also think Ricci beats G Rob. Ricci beats G Rob. High five, what's up? High five, what's going on? Ricci beats G Rob. I don't know. If Ricci beats G Rob, then I think we can go ahead and say Jillian, the hopes of moving up the strawweight rankings don't look good. Because y'all know the strawweight rankings, Tabitha Ricci, Luana Pinheiro, they are the easiest of the easiest of the top 15. But when you start going up, oh man, it's just going to be crazy. What's the other fight we need? We need Tatiana, Verna Jandaroba. That's going to be a good fight if they make it. I done posted that up. Yeah, Lupi gonna have to use her striking. I mean, use her grappling to win against Emily at some point in this fight. That's the only way I think she'll be able to win. But yeah, if Emily keeps her on the feet and straight jabs down the pipe and makes those nice little steps that like she used to, just some subtle little turns and calf kicks, she could win. Is Rose coming back? She's going to ADCC grappling, right? Wait a minute. Ain't that taking place today? Did that take place today, y'all? The ADCC Open? Hold on. Let me see. Rose is coming back to some grappling. Okay. Okay, the tournament ADCC Open starts May 13th at 10 a.m. So was she in it today though? Like, did she already compete today? I'd have to assume she is coming back, but maybe she's coming back as a. She's probably coming back as a strawweight. All right. Yeah. Rose will come back as a strawweight. But like I was saying in my other video, don't be surprised if she wanted to take a crack at 115, 125. If Rose put on the muscle and she's trying to work on this grappling, maybe. I mean, she ain't off to a very good start, though. I mean, Jillian choked her out in one round. So, but that's grappling and this is MMA. But yeah, she got choked out in one round by Jillian, though. So ADCC started today. So I guess Rose was in it competing. I don't think she's done though. Rose just takes these little breaks, but she's not done yet. I don't think she's done. James Press, what's up, man? He said, who's better on the ground, Aaron or Jennifer Maya? Aaron Blanchfield. Aaron's better on the ground. I think Jennifer Maya is a little bit better on the feet, but Aaron's better on the ground. High five said Rose is retired, a farm already, focused on grappling match now. Come on. I think she'll be back. Gary said Bohm was getting tagged by Leonardo. Would Rose fight Jan or Lemos? I think Rose fight Yawn. I think she'll fight either one of them. Honestly, I think she would. I think she would fight either one of them. I think she'll fight either one of them. Can't really say I see Ducko and Rose's resume at all, man. You know what I mean? Like Rose fought some of the best of the best. You know, never got to see her fight Claudia Gadelia though, but she did make up for it by fighting Andrade, who beat Gadelia, and Joanna, who beat Gadelia. So there's really no need for her to fight her, right? Who would she most likely fight though? I think Jan would be a better bet, safer bet for her. Yeah, I don't know. I think she would fight both of them. I give Rose that. I think she would fight both of them. If Rose could beat Lemos, then that would definitely put her over the top as the better striker. Like I was saying the other day, because I think Rose is the better striker at strawweight right now because she's got the resume to prove it. You know, Lemos got some good technique, no doubt. Lemos got good fundamentals as a striker, but she just needed she need the names to make the skills match, right? She need the resume for the skills to match, if that makes sense. You know, it takes skills and resume to give that person credit as the best of whatever in the division, right? So to me, I think Lemos needs more names. She need more wins with her striking to be considered the best striker in 115. See, Rose already got him. You know what I mean? Rose got she got the Andrade fight, got the Wei Lee fights, the Joanna fights. You know, she got the best names on there. You know, Lemos knocked out some good girl. I mean, Lemos got some good knockouts, but not against top level fighters. As soon as she fought another striker, she had a tough fight with Angela Hill. I think she beat Angela Hill, but it was close. She couldn't beat Andrade on the feet. I know it was quick, but still, it was a fight that was made, and she couldn't win on the feet. Nice kicks landed in the fight, but that was as far as it went. I mean, Rose has legit wins with her striking, hands and kicks. So yeah, I would still say Rose is the better striker. James and Rose has fought everyone. Won, lost some, but she mostly won against top girls. Yeah, she's got the best wins at strawweight. You know, she's with her striking. Period. So yeah, Rose is the better striker. You know, no doubt. Yeah, Lemos got more power, but Rose has power. Rose has damaging punches. I mean, look at them people that fought Rose. Look how they come out. They come out damaged. Paige, Joanna. You know, that's why I give Tisha Torres a lot of credit because she couldn't land on Tisha like that. I thought Tisha beat her 2 times, but you know, Tisha never came out with a mark against Rose. You know what I mean? Zama said there wasn't any striking with Andrade though. Which fight? The Lemos fight? Because if you mean the Lemos fight, that's my point exactly. She couldn't even get it going because she didn't use the footwork to get it going. You know, she landed some calf kicks, but then she didn't even get a chance to, you know, land any strikes to get it going. When she did throw a right hand, Andrade locked her up. See, at least Rose did get some striking going in the first fight, and she was winning. She just got slammed. Then the second fight, you know, tough back and forth action, but Rose's hands still helped pull out the victory. Lemos has bad footwork, but no doubt she is explosive like Andrade with better kicks. I think she has good distance management. You know, she knows how to measure range well. Um, she's just not a flashy footwork type of fighter, you know. Leon said Claudia was overrated. That's TJ's girl, man. You better not talk about TJ's girl, man. And yeah, she when she fought Andrade, man, that pissed me off because when she fought Andrade, she fought like the most, what's the word, remedial fight, elementary fight she could fight. And I think that changed her. Like, I don't know about you, Leon, but when Claudia Gadelia fought Andrade, I think that fight took the fight out of her for the rest of her career. She was never the same. Never the same. Excuse me. Close one said, "Who's the next strawweight champion if Whaley moves up?" Mm. If Whaley was to move up, the next champion, I'm gonna have to go between two people. Actually, three, maybe two. I'd say the next strawweight champion, if Whaley moved up, would probably be Amanda Lemos or Rose again. And I'm just saying, that, three, she'd probably be a three-time champion again. It's probably gonna be Rose, gonna be Lemos again, because you know they're already there. And if it comes down to them fighting, or one of the other fighting Yan Janan, I think one of them might get the win over her. But throw Jan's name in there too. I don't think Carla will get it again. I don't think Carla will be a three-time champion. I think Rose will probably be the one to be a three-time champion. If Whaley moved up, they probably would set Rose up to get that, you know, that record-breaking notch on her belt. Lolita said Rose Lemos, not Yan. Okay. It would be around them girls now because Carla's kind of out of there. Who else is out of there? Andrade, I don't know if she can get back right. I don't know. Leon said, "Is as far as a beat Lemos." I've seen crazier things happen before. I think Lemos could win the fight, but uh, let's say no. I think Lemos could win that fight. I think Lemos could win, but if Esparza dips under any of them wild punches and takes her down, keeps her down, it could be a problem. It could be a problem. Could she? I think she could because it's MMA, but I don't think she does at this point. I think Lemos would win. Six, what's going on? He said if Yan can keep using her length, she can be really hard to beat. Yeah, her length and her speed, man. Like if she commits to her jab in her fights more, like she did in the Andrade fight, which she usually does. I'm not gonna lie, she commits to a good jab, but I think it was when she got put on her back, like in some of her fights, it used to scare me. That's why when she fought Carla, I couldn't pick Yan. I had to pick Carla because I said, you know what, Carla might wrestle her to death and just keep dipping under and put her on her back. But yeah, if she can use her length wisely, like you say, she avoids takedowns and she pieces fighters up. And she fights good off the back foot. Yan got a nice right hand off the back foot. I like how she timed it on Andrade. James said, who said who is better? Rose has better wins. Right. Yeah, Rose has better wins. Gary said Young did not dominate Rose in the rematch. No, she didn't. I thought she could have won the fight. It was a close split decision to me. I thought I thought Wei Lee had won the fight when I first watched it. At first look, I thought she won the fight. But you could see in that fight, Wei Lee was still kind of cautious of that power. She was still kind of cautious of that striking. I mean, they were taking a different approach, but that calm approach didn't really help her because Rose was able to capitalize off of it. You know, she kind of made her respect her. Yeah, look at Whaley's basic training. I don't think she's the same fighter, man. Like I think she's getting stronger. Like between her and Lemos, yeah, their legs are huge. I mean, Lemos, that's her standout is her legs to me. Like Amanda Lemos got that's where a lot of her power comes from, her legs. But same can be said with Whaley. You know, Whaley's got strong hips too. You know, if you look at her position in the Carla fight, you know, good hip control, good strong hips on Whaley, and good uh, leg strength as well. You know, so Whaley's able to turn these girls, explode on them, even on the ground. You know, Whaley's got that strength all around. The way Lamos' legs are built, you know, she's built for them power punches and even like hard calf kicks, you know. He said Rose has been in the division for so long. The new class of girls will put a close on the Rose book. These new girls, they gotta grow, and they are growing, you know, to catch up. But that's the thing, like Rose isn't really a one trick pony either. That's what makes it kind of hard for her to knock off like that, you know. See, Andrade is kind of falling off because one thing, Andrade is a little bit more active, but Andrade active, but she's not really evolving. See, Rose, she'll come into a fight, she'll have her mental setbacks, but she has more tools in her belt. Rose has more tools in her belt. That's why the fall hasn't been hard for her. Andrade, and unfortunately for my girl Marina Rodriguez, they're kind of stuck in the middle there, facing those girls that are evolving, like you're talking about, Six. You know, those are the two I target a lot because they are not evolving enough. Where I think Rose, if she doesn't have too many mental setbacks, I think she can still hang with them. Rose probably can hang with the best of them a little bit longer than like a Andrade can at this point. Man, speaking of Tank, Rolly Romero was fighting tonight, man. I don't want to see that fight. That's a nut. See, that's why I'm so disappointed in boxing, James Perez. This is why I'm pissed off with boxing, man. Rolly Romero is fighting for a belt tonight. He just got knocked out by Tank, and he's fighting for a belt. How you gonna be fighting for the WBA 140-pound belt? Get out of here, man. The dude he fight look like he triple his age too, man. I'm not making fun. I'm just saying, like, Rolly want to act like he can hang with the big dogs and the young heads, but why he fighting this old guy and they giving him a belt? Can't take boxing seriously, man. Like, and this is coming from somebody who liked boxing more than MMA. Like, I can't take it as seriously anymore. Like, yeah, too many belts, man. Like, he got knocked out by Tank. You letting him fight for a belt? The dude can't even box that good. The dude can't box well at all. Gets knocked out by Tank, and then he gets a shot at the title. And Amanda Lemos can't even go ahead and get her shot. That's what I'm saying. Like, two different worlds, but still, like, Amanda Lemos may have lost Andrade, but she got 2 wins again. Now she deserves a title shot. Rolly Romero gets knocked out by Tank, and what does he get? A title shot for getting knocked out. And that was almost a year ago now. A year off, and he comes back in a title fight. Y'all give Amanda Lemos her shot, man. Give her a shot. I'm tired of this crap. Whaley is the only fighter in the strawweight division that you can see the game evolve. I definitely see a lot of evolving in her. I most definitely do. From this Carla fight to her like very first Joanna fight to the Tisha Torres fight, yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, you know, Lemos has fought at bantamweight in her early career too. So, you know, Lemos, I think, naturally bigger. So I think they need to go ahead and give her a shot now before she has trouble making 115. She's getting older too. James said Spence said him and Bud is talking regularly on the phone, and he's saying only once Bud and things are looking good. Yeah, I heard about that. Gary said he got out of the boxing game a while ago. I mean, I can understand. I can understand. I can understand it, man. Only a good fight a year will keep me around. Like this Haney Lomachenko fight will keep me around for about another few months, but it's really disappointing, man. Six at Bud will outbox Spence. Hmm. He has the ability to. I just think Spence is bigger and a little bit more physical. I think he has a physical style that could be taxing on Bud if he can, land on Bud's chin, draw him into a fight. If he can punch to his body, he can slow Bud down and be turn it into more of a physical fight. Yeah, we get the best fights, and Joey, that's what I'm saying. Like MMA, we get the best fights now. That's why if we get like a period of waiting in MMA, I don't get mad. Like 5, 6, 7 months don't make me mad. That's cool. I can wait 5, 6, 7 months. You know, Spence Crawford got us waiting 8 years for a fight. I'm not. I haven't been waiting 8 years personally because I'm not waiting anymore. But I'm just saying, like, it's been like 5, 6 years since we talked about this Bud Spence fight. Yeah, too much drama. Yeah, Bud is smart. Bud is smart. I just think that Spence can kind of force him into a fight because Bud gets into those firing matches sometime. You can draw Bud into a fight now. Like I think that Mean Machine dude did knock Bud down a while back, and he will like stick his chin out there sometimes. So maybe in this fight he'll be a little bit smarter not to do that. But yeah, I'm just glad Spence ain't fighting Thurman now. He turned that fight down. High Five said Whaley came into the UFC in 2018, later than Rose. So of course Rose has a longer history and wins against bums who actually still new. Um, oh, y'all over there debating Whaley and Rose. Robot Chicken said no because you run your mouth. Y'all going in over there. Okay. Six said Bud's is people's champ. You have Spence from the Mayweather corporate camp. Yeah, Bud's a good guy though, man. Bud to me, I like Spence too though. Bud, I think, yeah, he's a people's champ because he's from Oklahoma. Where's he from? Oklahoma? Is it Omaha? I forget. One of them Midwestern states. One of them Midwestern states. I always forget. I always know Spencer's from Texas, but anyways, he's always like back into the gyms and training and like putting money into like the amateur circuit for boxing too. So Crawford, he is that people's champ. So very people oriented. Omaha, yeah, Omaha. I always say Oklahoma, Omaha, Nebraska. He's from Omaha, Nebraska. But Spence, Spence, he's kind of a people's champion too because he gives you the fights you want. If you look at Spence's resume, he no tune-ups since he's gotten the belts. He's always fighting the champions. So I think Spence, he's a people's champion too. He kind of stirs away from the Mayweather gym. He's out there in Texas with Derek James and then Charlos, but he built his own name. I think they both are like pretty solid when it comes down to being humble. But as of lately, man, they just been on this diva tip right now. Maybe it's the powers that be, the people behind the machine. They want to try to milk this fight for what it's worth, more than it's worth. Gary said, "Well, he's taking over the chat again." Oh, wow. All right. Okay. If Whaley's taking over the chat, what else we got? Whaley's taking the chat. Whaley, Rose. Because the question earlier, Lolita said, will Rose ever fight again? And I'm like, yeah, I think she'll fight again. And I know somebody asked, will Whaley go up to 125? Possibly. I don't know though, man. Whaley need to stay at 120, 115 and defend his belt to me. I think there's a lot of girls at 115. She could just stay there and fight. Yeah, Bivol and Better BF is a good fight. I don't want to see Canelo Bivol 2. Get that mess out of here. Bivol, don't even entertain that fight. But Eddie Hearn is not letting the better be a fight happen because Bivol is still a Russian citizen. He said he's not making that fight because he's still a Russian citizen. Some crap to do with the whole Ukraine Russian thing going on now. So that's his excuse for not making an undisputed fight. So I don't know. High Five said, of course, Whaley has better wins. Whaley has better wins. Let's see. She stopped 3 former champions. Rose is only 2. You want to talk about the rest who has more stoppages and wins. Okay, so Rose. No, okay, so Whaley has stopped Carla and Joanna and Andrade, right? Rose has stopped Joanna and Whaley. Well, Rose has stopped the girl that has 3 former champions too. I'm just saying. So it can go either way right now because they both are in the legacy book. They all have put something in the book. But I mean, to really go over the edge, they need to go ahead and do their thing, man. They need to go ahead and somebody like Whaley just need to keep it going at strawweight. Just keep fighting, defending her belt 4 or 5 times, break a record. Rose need to just come back and do her thing. Stop waiting. If she wants to fight, yeah, but don't hold up the division either. And that's the thing. I don't think where Rose is at in her ranking, she's not really holding it up per se because there's other fights that can happen. Like Whaley beat who twice? Joanna. But yeah, she wasn't a former. She at that point you can't say as a former champion though. So 6 said no one elite fighters wants to be a human punching bag. Yeah. Whaley beat her twice too. Yeah. They both have two wins over somebody. And that's why I like the division, man. I'm like, see, y'all can't decide because it's just like that's how good the fighters are. Right? There's some fighters I favor over another, but the strawweight division is just so evenly matched. Everybody has their pluses and their negatives. I mean, Whaley, Joanna, Rose, Andrade, right? Styles make fights, and no matter how you mix it up, no, not one fighter is ever going to come out on top, beating everybody, and just owning it like that. Not in MMA, man. Like Whaley. Let me see. I'm gonna write it down here. You got Whaley, Rose, Joanna, and Jessica. All right, so Whaley can beat Andrade and Joanna twice. Rose can beat Andrade once as well. And Rose beats Joanna twice. Andrade beats Rose. Rose beats Whaley twice. And yeah, when it comes down to it, I mean, it's just like it's going to come down to Whaley and Rose. But no, hold on. Then, yeah. Rose comes out with a hard loss against just Andrade, right? Yeah, but when you look at it, yeah, Rose is the only one that has just one loss, though, right? To all of them. Rose lost to Jessica Andrade one time. Hard loss, and she came back and went and avenged it. And she beat Whaley twice and Joanna twice. Whaley beat Joanna twice and Andrade once. A lot more convincing than Rose. So it's just one of them things, man. Like, yeah, Rose has the least amount of losses throughout those four girls, but no matter how much you mix it up, it's always gonna be a good fight. It's always gonna be a good fight with these girls, man. Whaley had more wins in MMA than Rose, but they're both talented in their own right. But Whaley's transforming into a tag MMA athlete. Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying, Lolita. Like, you get it. Whaley has more wins, but Rose has more wins on a UFC level too. Like, Rose started off in the UFC as a baby too. You know, started off as a baby, and she's just grown. She's grown too, and she fought just as many tough fighters. But Rhea right now, Whaley's transforming into something different, but it still wasn't that long ago when she lost to Rose. So I'm just saying, like, guys, I'm just giving credit where credit is due. Like, if I was in Whaley's corner, I would still say at some point we need to get back at Rose. Like, you ain't, I'm gonna keep pushing her. Like, if Whaley was my fighter, I'm gonna be like, we on top now, but Rose's name is still out there and it's still buzzing. So Rose ain't no 40-year-old woman either. Rose is still legit. So we need to get back at her at one point. She's still a danger out there. She's still number 3, number 2, number 3, whatever. No, number 1, number 2, because Lemos is number 3. Whatever. She's in the top 5. So if I was like her trainer, I'd be like, yo, we got to get it back at her. Like, she still got 2 wins over you. I know high five said Rose is declining, but the point is, if she's still in the division, that'd be a thorn in my backside that I'd still need to get back at. I'm just saying. That's the competitiveness in me, for me. Oh, Brian, what's going on? He said he's driving and listening. Brian knows, like, that'd be competitiveness in me. When I was, a taste of my competitiveness is like when we were playing that WMMA game with BJ, man. I was sweating. I was fussing. I should have won that game. But your man had Google at his disposal. And it just had me like, oh, man, I should have won that. I was working and answering them questions too. So I'm just saying, like, that's how I feel about competition. Like, I get serious about it too, man. So I'd be like, if I was training Whaley, I'd be like, you know what? We got to beat Rose one day. Like, people are always going to hold that over our heads. Like, she's still there. She's still there. So I'm just saying, man, I'm just saying. Out of those 4, Rose has the least amount of losses. 6 Edgar Truth. Oh boy. But anyways, kind of going back to wrap up on these other fights here. I think Jin Kim gets cut, but don't be surprised if they both get cut. Because I was saying earlier too, the UFC just signed 2 good fighters too. They just signed Ivana Petrovic, former Aries FC flyweight champion, and they signed Ketlin Souza, the Invicta FC flyweight champion. So just as fast as they sign them, somebody's gonna get cut. It's like a revolving door. That's why they be moving these girls in so fast, because they know somebody on the downside might not show up again. Somebody on a losing streak. So they got to keep that revolving door going. Ketlin Souza. Ketlin Souza just won. Ivana Petrovic just won. So those 2 coming in, these 2 might come out, right? It reaches about 28. So, you know what it is, man. Like, they might cut both of these girls. I wouldn't be surprised. I just wanted a better fight out of these 2, though, man. Kim and Bohm on this level. Where's my man BJ at, man? Let's see where he at. Well, I'm gonna try to get him on tomorrow. When I got some work to do tomorrow. Oh yeah. Isis Verbeek, Josephine Knudsen, Contender Series. That should be a banger, man. That's gonna be strikers. Two strikers going at it. That's gonna be a good fight. I think Knudsen might be a little bit stronger, but they both throw now. Yeah, I had posted it. I had reposted that for Josephine Knudsen. She hit me back, so I had to share that one because I was like, "That's a good fight." Winner goes to the UFC in the strawweight division. That's gonna be good. That's fireworks. Yeah, Gary, that's fireworks right there. Verbeek in her last fight against Odessa Parker. Good action, back and forth, but it was good action. Mm, yeah, I might have to talk about that a little bit more later. 6 said Whaley retired JJ. Yeah, she did. She sure did. Put her out. Put her out. And yeah, my girl Brittany Cloudy won her fight tonight too. This was it's supposed to be bantamweight, but they moved it up to 140. Okay. Shout out to Brittany Cloudy pulling off her victory tonight. High five said Grasso not just looked valid, not just took Valentina's head, but also took James' soul. Dang, you gonna take that, James? You gonna take that right there, James? Oh man. Said took James's soul. Oh wow. You gonna take that, man? Lolita said Angela Hill's 38. Yeah. Grass was 29, Valentine 35, and it was 35. Yeah, a lot of these girls, they are getting up there. They're getting up there though. Grasso has a lot of room to improve and get better as a fighter. Valentina, if her mind is like she believes it is, and which I do, I think she still has room to improve. Lemos is on the clock too. I think Lemos is going to do what she got to do to improve as a fighter. Uh, Angela Hill, I think she's doing what she can do, but her time is now because she's got a lot of L's too. And she's on the end of a lot of decisions, robberies. Well, close fights, I'll say that. Close fights. You gonna James said you can control James. You gonna take that though, man? He said he owned. You hear that high five? He said he owned 90% of the people here over and over again. Look at how butt hurting this. Listen to that. Y'all gonna take that? You gonna take that? He said he owns 90%. But y'all, 90% of y'all, dang. There's one person you ain't never gonna own. I know that. I know that for a fact. I know that for one true fact. There's one person you never gonna own. James. James, my man. James Perez is all right with me. James Perez is all right, man. But so is Robot Chickens. That's my man right there. High five. Shout out to High Five. I got no beef. Robot Chickens, you own people, sure. Oh, the 6 said, if fighter brings nothing to the table from viewership to resume, stop calling out these elite fighters and go earn your stripes. That's true too. I mean, yeah, you got to you gotta earn your stripes, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, earn your stripes. And that's why I like some fighters like Yasmin Harigi, earn it. You gotta earn it. Take your time, earn your place, and that's it. Listen to James talking about he own. Yeah, own me on nothing, man. I don't even do that goat talk. I don't even own. Let's see. You ain't owning nothing. Man. You own nothing. I don't even do that goat talk, so you can't own somebody on a debate that don't even do the debate. You like you punching thin air, man. You swinging at the air, and I'm standing right behind you, James. James is like George Foreman in this, and I'm like Ali all day. All right, James will be punching on, punching all winded till he get put down, exhausted. You see what I did there, right? That you want the goat talk, right? That's the real goat talk. That's the only goat, Ali. Mm. Let me see, y'all. Yeah, there was a fight just went off. Fight just went off. Brittany Cloudy. No, there was something else to talk about here. Cause I haven't been able to do a live this long in a while. So, I just wanted to stick around for a little bit. I've been busy. So this first live I've done in like 4 or 5 days. So I'm just kind of messing around here. All right, let me ask y'all a question. What fight are y'all looking forward to right now? To you, Ali is the GOAT. Yes. Either him or Jack. Either him or Jack. And if people said Lennox Lewis was their GOAT, I mean, I'm not going to get mad at them. Denise Killholtz got it. Yeah. Denise Killholtz got a win yesterday. That's the fight I was talking about too early. I'm going to have to talk about that. Denise Killholtz. She was taking on the newcomer. And I like Denise Killholtz, Paula Christina. I like Denise Killholtz approach in this fight. She was very patient, at the same time aggressive, punching with authority, good power punches, picking her shots, not really standing in the pocket, taking a lot of punishment. She was measuring her range in this fight. The left hook. And that left hook was landing every time Paula Christina stepped in. Christina landed a few punches. I don't think she won a round, but she did okay. Spirited performance, first time in Bellator, right? But, Denise Killholtz, good footwork too. She must have been looking at Bilal Muhammad a lot because, I mean, she was switching the stances in there, moving around, southpaw orthodox, putting hands on this girl. Good win. I just hope that she can get back into the mix as a contender, man. Sometimes she gets reckless on the ground. Like, she's good good judoka, but sometimes she just gets a little reckless. Leaves herself open for submission. From what I've seen in the past. But hopefully didn't see much of a ground game in this fight, but it was all footwork and all striking. So we'll see what she can do from here. I think her and Juliana Velasquez need to run it back. Maybe now. That would be good. Yeah, if they run it back. Let me see. Yeah, this is the fight. Yeah, Denise Killholtz and Paulina Christina. If y'all missed it, that was a good fight. Oh, okay. Yeah, Gomez and Harigi. That's going to be good. That's going to be explosive. Man, somebody is going to get dropped and they're going to get back up and they're going to fight. That's potential fight of the night right there. Denise Gomes and Haurigi. Denise Gomes has a very good right hand. Haurigi going to have to watch out for. Haurigi is going to have to be a little bit more slicker here. Throw her combinations and get out. Can't be bull jiving in there. Haurigi going to have to stick and move because Denise Gomes, the way she's knocked out Bruna Brazil, it wasn't like a wild Hail Mary thing. She set it up. DC Gomes threw a left hook to the body, came back over the top with the overhand right, was landing the overhand right all night. So if you got a lazy left hand, that overhand right of Denise Gomes is coming. So, Haurigi, you see her, stick to her combinations and not trying to trade, make it a rangy volume fight. The kicks, calf kicks, wear this girl down. But Haurigi, I believe the heart in these girls, they're going to come in there and try to make a fight of the night. It's going to be good, though. Who do you got in that fight, Lolita? Right now, I think it's 50-50. I'm not sure. Oh, man. Haurigi, she showed me something in that last fight. Being a little bit more technical, patient. I don't know. Haurigi, strong, just her defense, just got to be up on her defense. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking Haurigi might win. I'm leaning towards, I'm picking her, rooting for her, but I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. Maybe I know Denise Gomes, the girl she fought, Bruna Brazil, kind of choked up. But, I think that it's going to be a blockbuster, man. A blockbuster. Yasmin Loma Labutni. Yeah, that's a good one, too. Loma Labutni's hands are getting better. And she match them up with her kicks. Yeah, her kicks. Some of these lower level girls, they put on great fights. I just think they need to start to sharpen up on their defense. Like, that's the one thing. The girls in the bottom of the strawweight division, they're exciting. But defense, I think, is going to be their problem. Defense is their issue of moving forward. Defense and some of their the wrestling with some of these girls. That's why I like Sam Hughes, because I think, her wrestling is getting better. And if she works on her defense a little bit more, she could probably get further. So, yeah, I think they put on great fights, but it's hard to tell who'd be like the next best strawweight at the bottom. They all fight hard. Yasmin Lucindo's got potential, I'd say, out of a lot of them, because she was fighting a very ranged fight and very, very mature fight for her age. Yasmin Lucindo, like 21, was fighting like a experienced, mature fighter against an older fighter. Yasmin Lucindo, that girl, raw. Very, very tough. Who else was fighting? We had these kill holds this past weekend. What about Haney Lomachenko? Oh, man. 50-50. I'm going with Haney. Haney's got to use his jab all night. That's his best punch to me. Loma has a lot of wear and tear now. Loma's not as fast as he used to be, but he has an IQ. So if Loma can use volume and move, it could be his thing. It could be his fight. But I think Haney's too big, and Haney will see a lot of the angles and turns he's used to. Haney's a good body puncher too. So it's going to be a good fight. And, the win for Haney is definitely going to make me say he's got a better resume than Tank, and he's pound for pound over Tank. Like, to me, Tank might be more popular, but Haney's got the better resume. Cambosos twice, and now Lomachenko, and beating Jorge Linares. Those names I think hold more weight. Tank is a good boxer now, but Tank just don't have like the names, man. Tank and Haney got to be made after this, though, man. James said Whaley has better wins than Bullet. Is that a question? Okay, Brian said I'll take Yasmin because she has better technical striking, but Gomez is a dog. She can absolutely win. Yeah, yeah, just the explosiveness of Denise Gomes. She could win the fight. Like I rock with Howry for sure, but for real, like Denise Gomes got a good chance. Like I ain't gonna set myself up for to be crushed in that fight because Denise Gomes got a good chance. Like the way she set up her last few punches and her aggression on the cage too, she has a good chance. But yeah, Hauriga is technically better, but she can be drawn into a firefight. Kind of reminds me of Joanna a little bit, but if she lands a volume and starts early, it could be her fight. If she tattoos Denise Gomes early, gets her off of her game, yeah, for sure, for sure. Brian said the Bellator card wasn't even on my radar, but glad that Denise Kielholz got back in the win column. Me too, man. I'm glad she got back in the win column. I missed seeing her on this level, and she looked better. I ain't gonna lie. She wasn't coming forward. She was fighting more at a range, patient. But yeah, the Bellator card wasn't on my radar either. Like it was an odd time, man. Like what was it, like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that on a Friday? It was a crazy hour too, man. So I wasn't really like I saw it the night before, like the weigh-ins, but I got up in the middle of it and was like, oh yeah, Denise Gomes is fighting. And it was like 3 p.m. or something like that. So I just rewound it and watched it again. But yeah, it was good to see her win. High Five says send James to Bellator. Wow. He said send James to Bellator. Damn. Anyway, Shakur Stevenson will beat them all. Shakur Stevenson beats them all. Shakur reminds me a little bit like an Andre Ward. Andre Ward was like very, very good at adapting. So Shakur, how do I describe this? Hang on one second. I gotta grab my plug. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Shakur. I think Shakur has like I haven't really seen Shakur like rocked yet. I know Devin, we've seen him kind of buzz in the Linares fight, and we've seen like well, Devin's a good boxer. Like it's hard to say like how their styles are match up with Tank. I think to beat Tank, you have to have a good chin for sure, but you also have to have some pop. I think Shakur might be willing to dog it with Tank a little bit. And like I always say about fighting guys that get hit, you got to be able to you got to be able to dish it out on them. You got to be able to get their respect as well. And Shakur kind of has that in his character. I think Haney can be a tough guy too, but I think his thing is boxing mainly. Like he's a very, very good rangy defensive type of fighter more. And when you just put styles together, I think you're gonna need somebody to make Tank kind of frustrate, build up frustration and believe that he's falling behind. He can't really hurt you, if that makes sense. Like there comes a point where Tank, if he always knows that he can hurt you, then he'll always feel confident he can set a trap on you. You know, Anissa Mexon's supposed to be making her U.S. debut pretty soon here. She's been training, but I'm kind of disappointed. Like her and the Stamp fight never happened. I don't know what happened with that. Oh yeah, James said he got Shakur with Tank too. Okay, yeah, I think Shakur's got a good chance just off of his style. Because Tank, like I said, you got to be able to frustrate him and give him the illusion that he can be hurt by you, like Pitbull did to him. That fight was close. You know what I mean? If Pitbull did that to him, I think Shakur has the IQ to do something like that. Not saying Haney don't, but I'm just saying like it all comes down to how their styles play out. Leon said Whaley better than Nunes. Yeah, Nisa Mexican though, man, she's supposed to be fighting. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Nisa Mexican. I wanted to see her in Stamp fight too, man. I was mad that didn't happen. Oh, she was supposed to fight May 11th. Her fight got canceled. What happened? Never mind. Her fight got canceled again. Fight got canceled again. Never mind. Never mind. She ain't coming back. All right. James said Whaley beat Andrade and JJ. Oh, Custom said Holly should win, but Myra is dangerous on the ground. Yeah, let me get back to that for a minute. Hold, Tank said at the end of the day, Tank is too short. It will be his downfall eventually. Yeah, his height has been some issues for fighters like Barrios, even Ryan a little bit, but eventually him being a better counterpuncher and always, like I say, setting traps, he can beat those guys because they're not that good. But yeah, the bigger the guys are and the better they are, they'll win. Like I saw that picture of Shakur and Tank, standing together, and like Shakur got size on him too. Yeah, I like Stamp. Stamp gonna be a star, man. Like Stamp's debut, like blew the roof off, man. Like I know the competition, Elise Anderson, wasn't like the top level competition in a lot of people's eyes, and even mine, because I feel like Stamp is better than her already, and I knew Stamp was gonna go in there and make a statement, but it was a good fight to put her on the map. Stamp definitely can be a star. I mean, the crowd was sold out, and that knockout was like, whoa, that's what people wanted. Yeah. Oh yeah, back to the Holly thing. Yeah, Holly can win on the feet. Yeah, Holly can win on the feet definitely against Myra Buena Silva. Even on the ground, like if she can control with her strength, she can neutralize the jiu-jitsu of Myra Buena Silva. But if she gives up any position, Myra Buena Silva can submit her. Myra Buena Silva can submit her off of her back, or she can get her back. Either of those two I can see happening to Holly. But Holly, I think, is strong enough to kind of body Myra Buena Silva and neutralize that. Like Holly's been doing different things. She's been working more on her strengths. Something I wanted to see early in her career. Something I wanted to see her do early in her career. But now she's starting to do it now, playing catch up. But hey, we'll see. Hold on. How much of a chance you give Aldania? I give her like 35 to 40. I give her about like 35 to 40. Give about 35 to 40% chance. That girl that Stamp knocked out was trained by Rose and Pat Berry. Yeah, yeah. I know. I saw I saw him at the open workout, and I've been following and seeing her kind of get with Rose to train, and I saw her kind of doing some things like Rose in there, kind of trying to. It's like, nah, you can't do that, man. When she started tagging that body, boy, Stam just put her in a different world, man. But yeah, Stamp is like a Street Fighter 2 character. You know what I mean? She's got that personality. What is the other one? Street Fighter Alpha. Where you got more of them animated girls. She's that type of character. Josiane Nunez at 135. Jamie Lynn Horth or this Lisboa girl. Those would be good fights at 135 for. Well, is she ranked now? Josiane Nunez is ranked now, right? Hold on. She is ranked. Yeah, she's ranked number 14 now. How long do you think Misha Tate's it's going to take for Misha Tate's hand to heal up? I think Josiane Nunez take on Misha Tate when she comes back, or Carol Rosa, or Macy Chase on. Those are the three names I look at for Josiane. Josiane is 14 right now. She can fight Tate at number 11, Carol Rosa at number 9, or Macy Chase on at number 8. But then again, hold on. How many undefeated, how many unranked girls has she fought now? She's only fought, okay, she fought 3 in the UFC. That featherweight fight was tough. Haley Cohen. No, let's see the Haley Cohen fight. Let's do another unranked fight before we put Josiane in there with a ranked veteran. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put Josiane in there with one more unranked girl. Put her in there with Horth, Cohen, or Lisboa. Yeah. Robot Chicken said, great live stream. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, everything's okay, man. Just been busy. Life stuff and work stuff, Always keep it. Oh, yeah. I forgot about her. Tamiris Vidal. That's a good one. I forgot about that girl. When she's supposed to fight Haley Cohen, right? Or the Russian Ronda. Russian Ronda want to talk smack. Russian Ronda. No, this is a good one right here. Yeah, they both beat because they both beat Ramona Pascal too. Yeah, Tamiris Vidal. That's not bad. Yeah, with all these upsets happening, I wouldn't be surprised. That's why I give her about a 40%, 35% chance. I think that's fair enough, What about Russian Ronda for Josiane? Yeah. He said Josiane would kill Misha Tate. GAP said, comment, do you see any of the girls trying to give 135 a serious run once Nunez retires? Given that Nunez is just a huge featherweight, do you see any girls trying to give her? Oh, once Nunez retires? Yeah, I see a lot of girls. Well, I see a few girls trying to give it a run. I mean, like once he retires, there's going to be a lot of women that want to get in there. I mean, let me start with the easy name. I mean, Holly Holm. this girl wants to reclaim it so bad. I mean, she's on her way out, but Holly is one that still wants to keep trying. Now, with her out of the way, out of the younger girls, I think at some point, Myra Buena Silva is definitely serious about it. Since she's won 3 in a row, and if Holly Holm loses to Myra Buena Silva, believe me, Myra Buena Silva going to be either looking to retire Nunes herself or get a title shot once Nunes retires. And then Juliana Pena, Juliana Pena is going to be trying to reclaim glory, get the belt back. So I think there'll always be somebody trying to get it, but I don't know about anybody keeping it for a long time. I think that phase has kind of been done now. Like, even Amanda's already lost it since then. I don't think anybody really holds like a dominant factor anymore in this division, really. Like, it's upsets have been happening. I mean, Pena beat Nunes, she stopped her run. Grasso stops Valentina's run. Like, the age of the dominant fighter is about over because girls are evolving, and they're not afraid anymore. But as far as like keeping it on a serious run, I don't really see anybody doing that. But I think there'll be a lot of girls that are going to try to get that belt, but I don't think anybody's really going to keep it. Nunes and Chelsea Chandler at 145. It's a good fight. Yeah. Zama said MBS beating Nunes would be hilarious. I'd turn my TV off. I'd be like, what just happened? GAP said, because I think with flyweights moving up, they just lack the size to make a real run, but it can open up once Nunes retires. Well, I think if Nunes retired, like if you want to talk about flyweights moving up, Tyler has the potential to move up, and Manon, they do, depending on what they can do at flyweight. Like, I think they would be like the only two that you would see move up because they are the bigger of the flyweights. And I think they could have the potential to make a run because I think their power would probably carry up for them. They wouldn't have to make rough weight cuts. But like the girls there now, I think like Myra Buena Silva, I keep thinking like she's the only one that really wants to go for it. Once she beat, if she can beat Holly Holm, But I would say Tyler and Manon would be like the ones that if they got into 135, they would be serious about going for it. Like, their mind frame is always like fighting for a belt and getting higher in the rankings, like it's evidenced by their skills, like who they fight and how good they get and how they train. So I would say like those type of fighters. Rocky probably would still be in the mix. I don't know if she'll fight Nunes again right now, but if Nunes retired, they would probably give her a shot since she's like 5-0 in the last 5 fights. So High Five said Whaley at 125 is a monster who no one ever knows. 125. I mean, if she moved up now, she might have a good chance against Alexa Grasso. We just never know. I just think Grasso has a very good technical IQ when it comes down to that striking, you know what I mean? That footwork and that boxing. So, Whaley would just have to make sure that she's ready for that. Even her level of grappling now, too. High Five said, I say Maya's going to rise up. Oh, Maya. Jennifer Maya got 2 wins in a row right now. James Perez said, "Do you think they give Nunes a rematch if Aldana beats her?" Oh boy, if she beats her, I think Nunes will try to defend her featherweight belt, and then I think they give Pena or Rocky a shot. They go back and visit that Rocky rematch or something like that. But that would be kind of weird giving Nunes another rematch again. Do you think they would? I mean, she had just won it and lost it. You know, to me, that's what I'm saying. It'd be just kind of weird on me to see her getting another rematch because she lost again. Yeah, I mean, they would probably do it again because it's, yeah, like you said, six is a business. But just off of what I'm thinking and how we've already seen it again, we'd be like, oh, this again? People would be like, she's lost it. 'Cause I'm gonna say I see Grasso still underestimated. More money for me. No, I think Whaley would have some trouble with her, man. That's what I was saying. Like, I think Whaley would have some trouble with Grasso. Like, technically on the feet, Grasso would probably give her some trouble, you know? Got to see how she handles it by moving up, though, man. How y'all see if y'all talking how you see Whaley versus Aaron Blanchfield going though? Ooh, man. Ooh, Aaron, man. Aaron versus Whaley. Come on now, y'all know Aaron ain't no slouch, bro. Aaron ain't out here playing. You know, this is her weight division. Hmm. Yeah, that's my personal opinion, Brian. I no rematch for Nunes if she loses. Like that's just me. Like I know the UFC will probably do something like that, but to me, I would say no rematch because she just lost it, gained it, then she would lose it again. No, we got to move on to the other people in line, right? Like whether you like it or not, Rocky's number two, right? Yeah, Juliana Pena's number one. So we might go back to Pena versus Aldana or Pena versus Aldana or Rocky versus Aldana 2, something like that. Aaron versus Nunes at 145. But obviously I like Aaron, but it's Grasso's time. I don't know. It's about to be Grasso's. It's about to be Aaron's time when she get there. When they make this title eliminator between her and Manon, it's gonna come down between them two. Six at Pena, Aldana ain't selling a pay-per-view. Nah, I don't think it would be like a. It's not gonna be like a main event. Believe me, yeah, that wouldn't be a main event. It would have to be, a man's fight, and then it would be there as a co-main event, like John, John versus Stipe. If they're gonna make that fight, or John Jones versus Pavlovich, and then do Aldana and Pena as a co-main event or something like that, and load it down. Yeah, I ain't with that, man. Mm-mm. Oh, my bad. I was reading something. Ooh, let's see. Whaley will fight two more in strawweight, then a super fight with the present flyweight champion. High five said Maya killed Macy Barber. Jennifer Maya? Did Jennifer Maya and Macy Barber fight? They haven't fought, right? No, they didn't fight. Jennifer Maya fought who? Marina Moreau and what's her name? Casey O'Neill. Yeah, Jennifer Maya fought Casey O'Neill and Marina Moreau. She didn't fight Macy Barber. Jennifer Maya fought Casey O'Neill. Yeah, remember she whooped Casey O'Neill, yo. GP said if Aldana didn't land the liver kick on Macy, would she still have won? I don't think so, GAP, because Macy was it was 1-1, right? But that third round, Macy Chason started to pick it up, and she took her down, right? She's about to grapple her again, but then she got up, and then that heel kick just landed. I thought Macy was about to eventually make the right adjustment, take over. Honestly, it was a pretty tight fight, but yeah, I thought Macy had made the right adjustment, and so I don't. If that liver kick didn't land, if Macy kept in the chest of Aldana, I think she probably would have won the fight. Macy Chase on that is because Aldana was actually making it harder than it should have been. Like she was winning on the feet, I believe it was the first round, but then Macy started taking her down and like pinning her down, and I'm like, "What are you doing, Irene? Like you supposed to keep this stance." She was almost doing her like Holly Holm was doing. But third round, I was like, "Okay, Aldana gonna start moving." Then what happens? She gets taken down. And then Macy, yeah, was doing good ground control in that. She was doing good ground control in that. Then after that, boom, catches that to the liver. Oh man. It's sleepy here, y'all. I'm about to get off here in a minute. Robot chicken can't go off that. Macy was on the way to win. Before. Oh, hold on. That comment got mixed up here. It's going fast. Can't go off that Macy. Sure in hell isn't ready for a title fight. No, I mean she was winning that fight, but nah, it's not ready for Nunez. Macy Chase on should stay at 145. Her health and performance is not worth the weight cut. No, it really not. Like she just doesn't look good at 135. She doesn't. She don't look good at 135. She looks so much better at 145. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Wei Lee is the one that makes money right now, so it's gonna be a lot of money. Mm-hmm. GAP says a little up and down with Aldana. When she's on though. That's true too, man. Like when she's on, she's on. I just don't have enough. I just don't see enough in her where she just runs things. Oh, Macy Chase on Lolita. Yeah, Macy did get submitted by Rocky at 145, but wasn't the fight originally scheduled at 135 or something like that? I still think she looks better at 145, man. I think that situation just kind of played out wrong for her in that one because she's just been jumping and back and forth in weight. Like she's just not consistent at one weight. And I think her technical training suffers from it, right? Like, yeah, she'll probably lose at 145 here and there right now because she's jumping around. But if she's consistently at 145, I think her training won't suffer because she says her technical training suffers because she spends time running 30 to 40 miles a week to stay at 135 or try to make 135. So her skills are suffering trying to make 135. And I mean, there's nobody who would blame but her. I mean, she should make that clear that, hey, I can't make 135. Y'all are killing me. So that's on her. But yeah, that's what's making like her skills not reach their peak. Because even every now that you take a 145 fight, if you ain't consistent, then you'll still lose. But I think she should be at 145 like from here on. That's it. Just stay at 145. Well, no. Well, that's what I'm saying, Mark. She'll look better at 145, but she would get better too. Like fighting wise, it wouldn't be the same results because again, her skill training won't suffer anymore because again, she's not training enough because she's trying to juggle both ways. Like when you trying to squeeze down on 135, she's not having enough time to train. But if she stays at the right weight, she can spar, she can grapple, she won't spend days upon days running 40 miles to 30 miles a week. That part will be taken out. So then you can spend more time sparring and grappling and working on what you need to work on, right? So you would get better, you look better, you feel better, and you would also get better because you can train and not worry about running during your training time. Yeah, GAP, yeah. She don't really have no business in bantamweight. She just need to be at 145. Because she was off to a good start. When she was first there, when she was first starting off at featherweight, she was good. She was growing. Moved down to 135. She lost to Lena Landsberg. She looked flat. Tried to jump up and down in weight, get a few wins here and there. Power's not really there, you know. Then you try to jump back up to 145, lose to Rocky. One of those was like a catch weight fight too, right? Where she missed weight because it was off. She just been so off with it. Excuse me. Brian says his thumbs are killing him. Thumbs are killing him tonight. Oh man. James thumbs should be killing him. James thumbs should be smoking. Harry type, man. James thumbs be smoking. High five say Al Daniel just needs to throw many straight jabs with follow up kicks like Grasso and Pena did. Yeah. How would Lamos do at 125? Lamos at 125. Lamos at 125. Lamos at 125. Hmm. I think Lamos could do okay at 125. Honestly, I mean, she's fought as high as 135 at a point. And there's a few times I don't know, like when I see her 120, 115 when she makes that weight. She makes weight. She has that little fatigue in her eyes. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe 125 wouldn't be so bad. Like her power would probably be there, might be stronger. You know, 125 would be interesting for Lamos. She's not a small woman. Like she's not thin. Like she's not like a thin girl like Rose or like Marina. She's kind of built like. Well, no, I ain't gonna say she built like Joanna, but she's got a lot of muscle in her. So 125 would be. I mean, look at the picture from her back on. She was bantamweight. She was kind of big there. She looked like in her bantamweight picture, she looked like somebody that was at 135, but she'd be at 125. You know, about 5'5", 5'5", something like that, right? Yeah, she got some size to her. And at that age, it would be better. At 35 years old, it would be better for her on her body, like her stamina. Like I think that's why Angela Hill, when they fought that catch weight fight against Lupi at 120, she looked better and she had power. So I don't know, man. Amanda Lemos, if she stayed at like a 125 weight and just filled in at that weight, she might be stronger there. I just want her to get her shot against Wei Lito. That's where I'm at with it now. I just want her to get her shot there. Let's see if it don't work out. Then you go to 125. Because if Ebos can make 125, I think Lemos could look good at 125 though. He said she might as well go. Yeah, she might as well. I mean, yeah, if she don't get opportunity, even if she does and she loses the Whaley, I think, it would still be in her benefit to move up because things will be different there. Um Aldane's best chance is on the feet. Against Nunes, yeah. Aldane's best chance is on the feet against Nunes. Yeah, all day. Either trying to set a counter punch, set a trap, or turning those angles and going to Nunes's body early, taking away Nunes's kicks. You know, yeah, keeping it on the feet is her best bet. Oh yeah, I seen it. I seen her working on her movement. Yeah. Oh man, did y'all hear about all them PFL fighters that got popped? Thiago Santos, he was on that list too, right? JP said Pena for sure submitted and off Nunes, and Nunes gave her that 50-43, 5-0 sweep. Fair enough, she won though. Yeah, yeah. Pena won the fight, no doubt. She won the fight, but Nunes. I'm not making any excuses, but I'm just saying Nunes. You've seen the proof. Like we saw the proof when Nunes was turned on in the rematch. It was a different story, but that's her fault. Like Nunes may have been off. That's not an excuse. Like you legit got beat by Pena because that's the issue with fighting. Like if that's the consequence of not coming in mentally prepared. You know, if you look this way and you don't see the punch coming, that's your fault. You can't say, "Oh, I was distracted by one of the ring car girls," standing up and fixing her top or something like that, right? You can't say that. That's no excuse. That's your own fault. You were distracted. So Nunes is distracted by whatever. You know, she was off, but it's a full on legit win because you let something break your focus. But yeah, she came back 100% in the rematch and swept her. If Jillian could get Whaley on the ground, do you think she could submit her, or would Whaley be too strong? That's a good question because I think Jillian's weakness is stronger grapplers, like stronger grapplers that know their game. Like, um, see the thing with Wei Lee, her level of jujitsu would have to she'd have to make sure it's up there with like Miranda Mavericks and Tyler Santos. See, Miranda's a brown belt, and I believe is Tyler ain't a brown belt, is she? Is she a brown belt or is she somebody said she was a blue belt once. I thought Tyler Santos was a brown belt. Either way, their level of jujitsu plus their strength, they were able to neutralize. So Wei Lee would have to be on that level. Like Wei Lee's wrestling, I think, is enough to control Jillian in some positions, but get reckless in there, Jillian could submit her. So that's what it's gonna come down to. Like if her jujitsu was on point, then she could neutralize Jillian, but Jillian could submit her. You get reckless, you can submit her. Like how Verna submitted Kana Watanabe. No, not Kana Watanabe. What is her name? Kanako Murata. You know, her wrestling is good, but the way she gets reckless in the guard, Jillian get a hold of that arm real quick. Like Verna got a hold of that wrestler's arm real quick, popped it at a location. So I think her jujitsu is what's going to save her from knowing what position Jillian wants. Like when Jillian tried to get an armbar in Tyler, Tyler was raw, man. Tyler put that knee on Jillian's face and she moved into the armbar. You know, she didn't extend the arm. Like she put all that strength and weight on Jillian Robertson till she gave. Even when they're on the ground, I think like Jillian almost had Miranda's back at one point. I believe she did. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But either way, Miranda was still able to neutralize. So it's not just about physical strength. That's a plus, but it's about being able to know her every move when it comes to her submissions. Because Jillian's quick. You know, Jillian is quick with rear naked, arm bar. A lot of these basic submissions she's so quick with. And if your IQ ain't up on jujitsu, then somebody like Wei Lee that's not caught up on jujitsu and not just wrestling, she could leave a limb out and get submitted that easy, if that makes sense, you know? So I'd have to see her doing what Tyler Miranda did, purely like neutralizing her on the ground. Yeah, Brian, like, yeah, I Nunez looked off, but like I said, she gets full blame. That's her fault. You know, that's purely her fault. But I know what she can do when she's turned on. But yeah, whenever she's yeah, when she's off and Pena's on, that's her fault, right? Pena's not going to take an off night because Nunez does. So she locked it in. But yeah, that's going to be the thing. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, that's going to be the thing with Whaley. Like I can see Jillian submitting Whaley, just like just like in pure grappling, you saw Rose get submitted and choked out. Like if Whaley takes her down and she's not prepared, like say she puts her in side control, I could see Jillian so quick putting that right leg over the top of the neck or like Whaley trying to lock in a Kimura or something. But if Whaley is strong enough and she can get up right up under and like move into it, move into that Kimura and escape, then that'll start frustrating Jillian. But Jillian, when she gets you in the jiu-jitsu world, she's a beast, man. Like I give her credit on that. Like I knock Jillian on her striking all day, but when she gets to submitting girls and finding your limb, Jillian is on one. So yeah, Whaley's got good wrestling, and I like what she was able to do to Carla. But again, Carla's more wrestler, right? Carla has grappling, but she's more wrestling. So Jillian's gonna be looking for different opportunities when she's on the ground. So high five say everybody just needs to protect their neck. Oh no, you gotta protect your arm. You gotta protect all of that from Jillian. You gotta watch your neck. You gotta watch your arm. You gotta watch your knee. That girl's learning submissions. I mean, she knows. Let me see how many submissions this girl got. She got arm bars. She got the rear naked. She got the guillotine chokes on her resume. Yeah, arm bar, rear nakeds, guillotines. Um, yeah, yeah, those are pretty much most of her submission wins. But yeah, she got a little bit of everything. High five said Jillian slow. Not on the ground now. Jillian's not slow on the ground. On the feet, yes, she's not committed. But on the ground now, Jillian, she might be dragging you down, getting hit. But when she gets you on the ground and you're focused on something else, she's got your neck or she's got your arm. Jillian, oh yeah, Jillian and Aaron in a grapple match. That would be bang, man. But I'd go with Aaron in that one though. That showed how good Miranda Maverick's defensive jiu-jitsu was against Aaron. You know what I mean? Like Miranda couldn't really get anything going or reverse anything on Aaron, but she was able to defend all night. She lost every round, but she defended all night. Like that's how good you have to be on your game and just to survive against Aaron. That's how good Aaron is on the ground. Like Miranda never got submitted or really close to being submitted, but she was able to just go in there and survive and just get handled by Aaron like that. But I don't think a lot of girls could do that. Like, I don't know if Jillian could do that in a grappling match for Aaron. I think Aaron would. I would go with Aaron in a grappling match against Jillian. GAP. Yeah, I think Aaron is a cold blooded. She call that for a reason. James says, seems like you got everyone. You got Aaron over everyone on the ground. Just about. I mean, for good reason. For good reason. Tyler would be the only one I'm not sure about. Let me put it that way. Tyler Santos is the only one I'm not sure about. Tyler was the one because I picked her to beat Andrade on the ground for sure. But Tyler, I don't know. I think Tyler Santos. That one might be tougher for Aaron, but if Aaron won that, I wouldn't be surprised. Kareem Silva, oh man, Kareem Silva got the 100% finishing rate too, man. That would be crazy. I'm still mad that we didn't get Kareem Silva versus Cachoeira though, man. I'm really mad about that because that fight was gonna end in a finish. I don't know who's gonna get finished, but somebody was gonna get finished. I'm still mad about that. Lodi said Jillian is not submitting Whaley. Like I said, gotta be up on that jujitsu 100%. And if she is, then if her takedown, if her defense, like is even on like JJ Aldridge level, then yeah, she can avoid being submitted. All of that ground has to be covered. All of that ground has to be covered. Aaron versus Kareem, man. At some point, I want to see Kareem Silva get up there, man. I'm hoping Kareem Silva versus Andrea Lee, Viviana Rujo, something like that happens. GFP said watching Santos defend every submission for Jillian is what made me excited this year against Aaron. They got to rebook that. Yeah, man. Got to rebook that. Because Santos wasn't even like breaking a sweat in that fight. Like when the first round started and I saw like Jillian go for that armbar, I got a little nervous. But then I was like, when Santos just started like defending and just going rolling into it, I was like, oh yeah, Tyler's on something. Yeah, they got to rebook that fight, man. I can't wait till they I don't know if they are, man. But then Aaron versus Manone might happen now. I don't know what's going to happen to Santos now. Like, is Santos going to fight again? Dang, man, it's been almost a year since Tyler Santos fought. Dana said she didn't want to fight in the U.S. anymore. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Oh boy, he said she couldn't do. She said she couldn't do nothing. But hold on. Oh, come on now. Yeah, Santos versus Maya. That might be possible. Or Chikagan. Let's see Santos versus Chikagan. Because at this point, the way the lay of the land changed out, I want to see Manone and Aaron, and then after that, yeah, like Santos Maya or Santos Chikagan. Because Maya just beat two underranked fighters. She just beat Casey O'Neill. She Maya said, "Hey, y'all thought I'm on a downfall." She said, "I'm still better than your girl Casey O'Neill." That's what Jennifer Maya said. I didn't say it. She said, "I'm still better than your girl when she greased up." That's what Jennifer Maya said. I didn't say it. I'm just saying. She's like, "Yo, give me Tyler Santos. Give me another ranked fighter. I just beat two fighters ranked under me. One girl tried to grease up, thought she could beat me. She's like, nah, I'm better than that. I'm better than Casey O'Neill. Y'all thought I fell off." She's like, nah, you got me fighting down. She said, I can beat Marina Moreau. I can beat Casey O'Neill. Forget them. She's like, let me fight up again. Tyler's number 3, and Jennifer Myers number 8. So since she beat two fighters under her, I think that'd be fair that she can fight up again or fight Lauren Murphy. Tyler versus Kagan or Tyler versus Maya, either one of those. All I know, if she ain't trying to fight in America, then yeah, just go ahead and make a Tyler Santos Jennifer Maya Brazil fight. I don't know what's going on, man. There's two mysteries right now. Is Lamos getting her shot against Whaley? And where the heck is Tyler Santos? Those are the two mysteries we got right now. I mean, and I'm not talking about Whaley when I say this, but I'm talking about how the UFC is doing. Like it is very strange how the UFC is holding off on announcing the next title defense when you had a girl that just won 2 in a row, like Amanda Lemos. Like not for Whaley, but for the matchmakers. I'm at a point now where it's like you're bringing up Yan Xiaonan. Well, you just had a girl who just won her fight first, her 2 fights in Lamos. So it's like, what's the holdup? Like this is kind of a mystery. That's what I said. That one interview I didn't like had a guy made it seem like there is nobody for her to fight. Because then Dana White goes, "Well, there you go. There's nobody for Whaley to fight." But I'm like, yes, there is. There's Lamos. He's trying to make it sound like there was nobody for her to fight, but there is. So that wasn't a very good way for him to put it. As an interviewer, you're supposed to be promoting some of these girls and letting them know that they have their contender right there in your face. So you got two girls in the mix right now. Just line them up. Lamos is here. So it's just like, where is it? Like, why all of a sudden is it dying out? It should be coming to a point. It's supposed to be coming to a point here where we can say, there we go. Lamos just won. That's Whaley's next challenge. She just beat two people too. It's like, okay, that's all she had to do. Call her out. Boom. That's it. But now it's kind of like not even talked about. That's why I said, like, even on Lamos's part, I think she should be saying more. Like at least once a week, she should be posting up like mock photos of her versus Whaley. Maybe I got to make them or something. Maybe I need to make a photo. Maybe I need to start doing that once a week, tagging them. I'm gonna start doing that. Every matchmaking Monday is gonna be Whaley versus Lamos from here on. And I just have to tag Dana White's name every time and say, "This is what we want, not Yan Zhaonan next," right? I'm gonna have to do that every freaking Monday. Every Monday, I'm gonna have to put up a picture like it's happening, or like we want it to happen. Break out the graphics and everything, and oh boy, I just don't get it, man. Greasy O'Neal, yeah, Greasy O'Neal, man. Jennifer Maya said, ain't enough. Jennifer Maya said there ain't enough Vaseline in the world that you could use to beat me with, or Crisco, or lard, olive oil, whatever she used, vegetable oil. She says not enough of that in the world that you can use to slip away from me. Greasy tactic, man. Greasy tactic. All right. Who y'all guys the best striker at 125? Who's the best striker at 125? All right, I'm getting hungry again. I got to get off here and eat. Who's the best striker at 125? High five, sick combo. That's what all this time Lemos doesn't follow up or call out. Keep quiet, hoping that the UFC gives it a shot. That's my issue too. Like I said, like if they're not saying enough, then it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to back you up in a fight. Because I'm just saying, like lower level fighters, Miranda Maverick on unranked, she called out Jazzy and they gave her the fight. I know when you get higher, money talks and money comes into play, but still, I just wanted to hear it more. Like I don't know if it was like a lot though, man. I don't know if it was enough, like, because I would have been posting like I didn't see it enough. I don't see it enough. Like I saw Tyler calling out Valentina more for her rematch to me. Robert Henry, what's up, man? He said, "How many insults about Manny Bourne's fight have I missed?" I think the biggest insult is the ultimate insult. He ain't make any insults about it, really. I mean, maybe one, but I think the biggest insult is not even bringing the fight up, Robert. It's not even worth clowning. Let's put it that way. I don't think Marcus said much about it. which makes it even worse. Because when we talk about it, it's like, man, what were they doing? Okay, James said clear as day who the best striker is, but let's give it to Grasso since what they're gonna say. Since what they're gonna say. Or you give it to Manone, okay. I think Manone has like the highest striking defense right now in the UFC. Think she had posted that up, or I think her trainer had posted that. UFC striking defense. I believe Manone has number one or something like that. Mm-mm. Grasso versus Natalia. Ooh. Well, we gotta let her get her way up there. Gotta let her work her way up. Valentina when she steps on the gas, okay. Robert here said he been around the world. Oh man. Yo, Robert, I got I know we were talking about poetry, man. I got one I'm gonna send to you. I want to send to you as soon as I get off here. It's untitled, but I'm gonna have to send it to you. We'll be talking about like poems and stuff, poetry and stuff. I'm gonna send it to you as soon as I get off here, man. You know, got stuff, but I gotta have something worthy of sending. Where Marcus Bell at? Where'd he say that fight was blasphemy? See, I told you, like, when it's so blasphemous for like that, you don't even want to mention it. You don't even want to talk about it. You can't even talk about the fight. Like, I was expecting a good fight too. Like, just a explosive fight, just some action. But didn't even get that. GAP said Valentina has a good Muay Thai record though. Yeah, she got a good Muay Thai record. She does, with some questionable losses too, right? Oh man, Leonardo boy. I don't know, man. It's about to be Christmas tree up in there. She gonna get lit up. Natalia gonna light her up. They can't do that, man. They cannot do Whaley coming back in December, man. That is not cool. That mean the girl we gotta wait what? Over a year? Nah, man, we can't do that. They gotta make that fight now. Okay. Let me see what this boxing turn this boxing on real quick. Okay, Robert, I got you, man. Yeah, I'm trying not to. I mean, I kind of been holding out, I guess, a little bit, but this one just comes from a yeah, this one comes from a place, a dark place, I guess. I've had it for like a few months now, maybe. Yeah, I had it for like a few months, and I said, I'm gonna send this one to him. I'm gonna let him see this one. So yeah, I think when I get off here, I'll send it to you. James said, "Who's coming back?" Who said Whaley's coming back in December? I saw somebody. I think it was Lolita said December 2023, or maybe she was reading something. I remember them saying something about like at the end of the year, but maybe that was for that fight. But I mean, in between then, there needs to be a fight. There needs to be a real fight, another fight against. Lamos. Yeah, Jan kind of insinuated a fight a little bit, but that was basically her saying that if she beats Andrade, she feels like she deserves a shot, and saying that Dana White he came to the locker room and said that that's something he's interested in, but to me, he can't really jump the gun like that. I, he shouldn't because again, the man already got there. Oh, y'all drilling high five trying to get him to answer a question here. What was the question? Boom. Okay, Valentina's out in Hong Kong. Yeah, Valentina chilling right now. She out in Hong Kong right now. Y'all said it was a setup, Yawn and Andrade. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Yawn and Andrade, man. They gonna set them up to fight. Yeah, because either way, it was going to be like Andrade gets a title shot, and then if Jan wins, it'll be like, oh man, that's China versus China. That's big money. I don't know if y'all remember this. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this in the video though. But like again, I don't think it's Wei Lee's doing. It's not Wei Lee's doing. I don't know if y'all remember, like after Wei Lee won her fight with Carla, Henry Cejudo, he went on record to say that he thinks Lemos isn't a good fight for Wei Lee, a good next fight for Wei Lee. Because I mentioned that before, but I kind of want to go into that. Like, I wonder if his saying or his doing, and kind of having links to people and putting little words down the grapevine, I wonder if that has anything to do with how he's pushing a certain fighter. Because Wei Lee might want to fight, but Henry Cejudo, he says, I think Wei Lee should fight Rose because Lemos could be a dangerous matchup. Where is that article anyway? Yeah, I touched on a little bit of it, like when he first said it, but I'm just kind of thinking now, like his thinking might be the same way that the UFC is thinking right now, right? Hey, this was right back in November, like right whenever she won. Remember, see, Henry Cejudo, Zhang Weili should face Rose next over dangerous Amanda Lemos. I think the more dangerous fighter for Zhang Weili is Amanda Lemos. Amanda can crack because she's explosive. I think her and Weili would be an explosive fight, but I think the better fight for Zhang after this fight, meaning the Carla fight, was maybe getting that trilogy with Rose. And why would he think that way? I mean, like, if you really believe in your fighter, like, Weili already lost 2 times to Rose. He'd rather her go in there against somebody that's familiar with Weili than taking on Amanda. See, that might be the logic of the UFC. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's Wei Lee that's thinking like that. That's how he's thinking, and the matchmakers might be thinking. Like, he thinks that Wei Lee has a better chance against Rose, who she already lost to 2 times, than somebody like Amanda Lemos. That's how dangerous he sees Lemos as. He says, I think It'd be explosive and she can crack. But the better fight for Zhang would be a trilogy fight with Rose. He said he thinks she needs to get that one back, which I agree at some point, but he is looking at the Lemos fight as like it's a dangerous fight. Like he wouldn't want that for her. I don't know about that. And he said that's where you and your team have to decide what fight is worth more for my legacy, whether it's Lemos, she's not gonna be she's not gonna be a finish trap with Wei Lee, or is it Thug Rose, where I know Wei Lee has gotten better. I'd go with Rose. The more dangerous fight I think is Lemos. Yeah. So, that's his logic. He's kind of trying to avoid her. So he's kind of putting that out there. Like that's where you and your team are going to have to decide what fight is worth more for your legacy. Whether it's Lemos with the slick striking hands and she'll kick too, she's not going to be a finish trap with Wei Lee. So he doesn't see her being finished by Wei Lee. Or is it Thug Rose who she's 0-2 against, where I know Wei Lee's gotten better? He said, I'd go with Rose. He said the more dangerous fight is Wei Lee with Lemos. So what? He didn't create enough for her to take on her. I was like, huh? He didn't like create enough of a build up in confidence and build up in her skill sets, even on the ground, to take Wei Lee. Lemos. That's strange. Me personally, I'd be like, yo, Lemos, let's do that fight. All right. Okay. Lolita said it is UFC. Yeah, I think it's UFC when it comes down to it. I think it's the UFC and they're doing like, because that's how he thinks. If that's how, like he said, the team thinks, you know, that's how he's putting it into the UFC's mind. That's how they're going to think as well. Like, hey, let's avoid this fight. That's why, yeah, they probably haven't been talking about it enough. Lolita said they might be compensating, they might be compensating for Lemos to be quiet about the fight. Yeah, because she hasn't said much. She hasn't said much. I think both fights should happen though. I don't know. But it's been fun, y'all. Been on here for 3 hours. It's been a while since I've done a live this long, and it was fun to do it. Like I said, just been so busy. So I just wanted to kick it with y'all for like 3 hours like I used to. But I'm about to jump off. Got to jump off. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Everybody here always have some good comments, good conversation. James always be taking the L from me. James think he be dishing out L's. You might dish out L's somewhere else, but you don't dish out L's over here. So I'm just saying. Robert Henry's about to have some Kobe beef patties for dinner. Enjoy yours. P.S. You can talk about Rose like a dog if you want to now. I'm mostly just a Vista Rose, the fighter. The fighter? Yeah, I'm always no, Rose is all right, man. Like I give Rose a credit, Robert. I think she's a good fighter. Always good fighter, good striker. Probably the best striker. Yeah, Lolita. That was the article I was reading from. Yeah. Yeah, that was the article I was just reading from before you sent it. I was reading that, Lolita. That's the exact one I was reading from. Robert Henry said she don't fight at all much. Nah, it's been like a year. Yeah. I was reading from that related before you sent it. That's what I was reading because I was saying like Henry has that mindset. Like, oh, are you? If you're sending to them, yeah, I know the link above. Yeah, I was already. I pulled it up before you sent it to me. Yeah, like their thinking might be the same way he is thinking. So yeah, let me get something to eat here, and I'm gonna finish watching this box. I'm gonna watch it. It's free. I have Showtime, so it's free. Let's see what this Rolly Romero BS is about, man. This Rolly Romero, man. Let's see what he got. All right, y'all. Hit that like button on your way out, and I'll try to catch y'all maybe tomorrow or Monday or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, this is like old time. 3 hour stream. Almost been here for 3 hours, yeah. But yeah, subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, got some good fights coming up next weekend. Yeah, you lost that debate, Robert. Forget that. You forget that. And yeah, I'll send that as soon as I get off here. As soon as I get off here and get settled away from the computer, I'll send that to you. All right. And to the rest of y'all, shout out to all y'all in the chat, Brian, Zaman, Lolita, all of y'all. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.